Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for your patience. If there's people still coming in looking for seats, there are some seats in the front here. Other than that, I'm not quite sure there are, if I see any others. But my name is Steve Rashid. I'm your host for the evening. Thank you so much for coming to Live at the Whiskey Lounge. And thank you again for your patience with our lovely servers when it's an unofficial rough estimate, but when 1,000 people came in all at once, it was, I know they struggled to get through to everybody. We wanted to make sure they got to everybody once before we started the show. So thanks so much for your patience with that. And I believe we are ready to start. Every week, anybody here for the first time, by the way? Oh my gosh, a lot of people. You are not here. You guys, that guy's been here, I won't even say how many. But every week I sort of struggle with exactly how many shows we've done. I like to just say that as part of my opening remark. This is our something show. And I always forget to look before I come to remind myself how many we've done. And tonight I have no trouble remembering because we've been planning this one for a while. This is our 100th show here, and we are happy to be here. Thank you. So, and nobody better to spend it with than our dear, dear friend Paul Marinaro and these fine musicians. So we'll get to them in just a second, but I wanted to tell you, since so many people are here for the first time, I will tell you a couple things about how this works in case you are curious. You do have these little table cards on your tables that you're welcome to take with you that should tell you all the upcoming shows. Instead, they tell you all the great shows you have missed. So we're just rubbing it in tonight. No, the truth is, we just came back, my wife and I just came back from a trip, and I completely forgot to print up cards for April, so I apologize for that. But briefly, what we're doing in April, we're going to sing into spring. I don't consider this a vocalist series, more or less, but there are so many great jazz vocalists in Chicago, so we did this again. We did this I think it was exactly a year ago, last April, we did Sing into Spring. So we're going to have 4 vocalists in a row. So tonight, again, the great Paul Marinaro. Next week is going to be Elaine Dame. And then the week after that is Tiffany Monique. And then the week after that is Peter Van Naus with a tribute to Blossom Dearie. So, and then we're going to have a surprise show that's not going to be on a Thursday. So you're going to have to sign up for our newsletter or look at the website for that one. Say, well, I'm sorry. That's enough of that. I would tell you beyond that. But you know what? We have a great website. So on those cards, you're welcome to take those table cards with you. On those cards is a website. You can go on that website, and it will give you all information that you need about upcoming shows. We also have a newsletter that I send out every week. It goes directly from me to you. I do not spam you, and I do not share your information. But if you're interested in knowing what's coming up, sign up on. That's very clear to see on the news on the website, and I will send you a little newsletter every week, usually with something to click on, so you can hear a sample of that artist coming up, so you can get an idea if it's somebody you might want to come see. What else can I tell you really quickly? Oh, we do have a great relationship with WDCB, the wonderful jazz radio station here in Chicago. Perhaps that's how some of you who haven't been here before heard about us. The way it works is that we do, and this was actually in design before our relationship with WDCB, but we do a live recording of every show. That's what all this gear is here. We have many more microphones than we would normally need, but we do a recording. It's for archival purposes, for our musicians, for their promotional purposes, for us to just have. We don't do anything with these recordings without the musician's permission, of course. But we do have now a relationship with WDCB where we have a 1-hour radio show every week. And so these shows that you see, perhaps the one this evening, become edited down to 1-hour packages. And then every Tuesday night from 7 to 8 p.m., you can hear an edited version of one of the shows that's been here. That's been going on since January. We're very grateful for that. It's a syndicated show right now. It's only carried on WDCB, but it is syndicated. We're trying to carry it to export jazz, Chicago jazz, to other areas. It's a show called Chicago Jazz Live, and I hope you tune in and support WDCB. It's a great station. We also have cameras up here, and we do a live video streaming of this as well. Again, information on the website. And so we have cameras, one actually pointed at you all. So if everyone, Carl, can you turn on that camera, the audience cam? All right, everybody wave to the camera. All right. So we've been seen in 160 countries. Almost 50,000 people have viewed our shows. I don't know how they're finding us, but we do a live stream, and again, that information is on the website. You can find out about that. So all that is what's happening. I'm a musician myself. I discovered this place. I live here in Evanston. I was performing on a stage downstairs and saw this room and thought, what a wonderful room. And the place was brand new. And I asked them if they'd be interested in having a jazz series here. They said yes. So here we are 2 years later. This evening you are in for such a great treat. Paul has been here several times. I don't remember how many. Is this your fourth time, Paul? Fourth or fifth? Fifth? Okay. Every time he comes, he brings such great energy. He's such a great talent. He was recently at the Jazz Showcase and the Green Mill, packed both places, multiple nights. So you're, and those rooms, both fantastic rooms. We love it when everybody supports live music everywhere, especially here, of course. But those rooms are fantastic rooms, and seeing Paul there was so great. But here is more intimate than either, actually. So you're in a very lucky audience to be here to hear Paul. He's here with three great musicians. Chris Sargent on the piano, who was here, who was here one night and sat in for a tune, and he was so great. I thought we can never allow that guy to come back because he's just too good. But unfortunately, Paul asked him, so he's here. Whatever. No, we're thrilled that Chris is here. And then two old pals, Joe Policastro on bass, fantastic bassist and arranger, and Mike Allemana, one of the premier guitarists in the city. So I'm going to now get out of the way. I'll come back. I come back at the end of the first set. We do a bit of a Q&A with the artists and invite your questions as well. This couldn't happen, honestly, without people sitting here in these seats. We are so appreciative of the fact that you come out and support live music and you support live jazz, and this series in particular. And it really is a relationship. I always say that, and I truly mean it. This would be totally different if these are four musicians performing in a living room somewhere. Because you are here, it fundamentally changes the experience. Not only for the musicians, it changes for the experience, and I know that it will for you as well. So please give us a warm welcome for Paul Marinaro, Chris Sargent, Joe Policastro, and Mike Allemana.
So nice to come home to. You'd be so nice by the fire, while the breeze up on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire, under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning above. You would be so nice, just like paradise, to come home to and love. You'd be so nice to come home to. You would be so nice by the fire, while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all that I could desire, under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning up above. You would be so nice, just like paradise, to come home to and love. You'd be so nice to come home to. so nice by the fire, while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all I could desire under stars chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning up above. Well, you'd be so nice, just like paradise to come home to and love. Sargent. You would be so nice to come home to. You would be so nice by the fire, while the breeze on high sang a lullaby. You'd be all I could desire under stars that are chilled by the winter, under an August moon burning up above. You would be so nice, just like paradise to go home to come home to and love. Thank you very much. Wow, look at this. Thank you. That's the wonderful Cole Porter, of course, and we decided to open up with that one. I would like to say that there was much planning done all day long, but I just decided to open up with that one as I walked up to the stage. I'm not the best at putting set lists together, but this year we're celebrating, it's hard to believe, Cole Porter's 125th birthday. For such a body of work that sounds as fresh as it does, it's hard to believe that Cole Porter would be 125 years old. But we're also celebrating, in addition to the 100th show at the Whiskey Lounge. I'm really happy to be here with these guys. We're also celebrating tonight. Anybody know what other birthday is tonight? I heard it from a few people. Miss Billie Holiday. 101 years old. All of the greats that I grew up listening to, that inspired me to want to be up here, at one point or another cited Billie Holiday as one of their favorites. I think Billie, throughout the years, we've focused only on the darkness, the tragic part of her life, which was very truthful, and she sang through that so beautifully. But we seldom think of the happy stuff, the wonderful, great swinging stuff that Billie did. So I want to dig way back into the early part of her career, one that she did with the great Lester Young, and this is a little bit more upbeat.
It's up to you.
just live for tomorrow. Be happy today and laugh all your sorrows away. Stop now and cheer up. Gray skies will clear up. Smile through your tears, laughing in life. Don't mind the raindrops, just wait till the rain stops. Smile through your tears, laughing in life. No road is lonely if you will only lose all your blues, laughing at life. We'll just live for tomorrow. Be happy today, laugh all your sorrows away. Start now and cheer up. Gray skies will clear up. You'll lose the blues, laughing in life. Policastro. Don't mind the raindrops, just wait till the rain stops. Smile through your tears, laughing in life. No road is lonely if you will only lose all your blues, laughing at life. But just live for tomorrow. Be happy today, laugh all your sorrows away. Start now and cheer up. Gray skies will clear up. You'll lose the blues, laughing in life. You'll lose the blues. You'll lose the blues. You'll lose your blues, laughing in life. I would tell you who wrote that, but I have absolutely no idea. That goes back to, mid-1930s when Billy was just Teddy Wilson and Lester Young. So that's one of my favorite hidden, forgotten Billie Holiday gems. Did anybody know that one? Wow. Did you guys know it? Well, we're going to jump to a song that we haven't done in quite a long time, and the four of us have never done it together, but it's a beautiful, beautiful song. It's, believe it or not, Spring is Here. For any of you who were caught in the snowstorm this morning, as I was, we had to second guess the calendar date, but it is April and spring is here in Chicago. I think many of you will know this one. This lovely day will lengthen into evening. We'll say goodbye to all we've ever had. Alone, we have walked together. I'll remember April and be glad. I'll be content. You loved me once in April. Your lips were warm, and love and spring were new. But I'm not afraid of autumn and her sorrow, for I'll remember April and you. The fire will dwindle into glowing ashes, for flames and love live such a little while. I won't forget, but I won't be lonely. I'll remember April and I'll smile. Say goodbye to all we've ever had. Alone, we have walked together. I'll remember April and be glad. I'll be content. You loved me once in April. Your lips were warm, and love and spring were new. But I am not afraid of autumn and her sorrow, for I'll remember April and you. The fire will dwindle into glowing ashes, for flames and love live such a little while. I won't forget, I won't be lonely. smile. I'll smile. I will smile. I will smile. I will smile.
That's a wonderful old tune. Thank you. Now, if I think we're going to stump just about most of you on this next one. This is a song that has been on my piano at home as something that I've wanted to learn. It's been in a stack of songs that I wanted to get to, and was it last night? It was last night. Chris came by and he sat on the piano. He's like, "What about this tune?" So we hope we learned it last night. We think we did. It's a wonderful old song, and it was, I believe, first introduced by the Nat King Cole Trio, which, how do you go wrong there? So I figured, what better time to try a song that you've never done before when, what did you say, 160 countries are watching right now? What could possibly go wrong? I see my Manhattan is sitting right there. This is where the Manhattan, the Manhattan mystique. Since I have first played here, I understand that the sale of Manhattans at the Whiskey Lounge has skyrocketed.
Worldwide, it is skyrocketing. We'll tell that story later.
I had no idea I had such power. Where are the cameras? Like jazz. We need young people, like jazz. You can set it up, please.
Lost April, where did you go? Like winter snow, I saw you vanish. Lost April, so sweet and warm, a memory not even time can banish. Lost April, that taught me this: a single kiss could lead to heaven, but April had numbered days, and when they passed, love couldn't last. I lost love and you, and April too. April, that taught me this: just one single kiss could lead to heaven, but April had numbered days, and when they passed, love couldn't last. I lost love and you, and April too. Thank you. Anyone know that song? We got one person, a couple people. So that's good. You have no idea if we did it right or not. I think it was mostly there. That's a beautiful old song. Nat King Cole Trio. We're going to jump back to... We're going to jump back to Cole Porter. I recently did a wonderful show with a good friend and fellow vocalist, Miss Rose Colella, at the Treehouse Museum, and it's sold out in just about one day. So we're gonna do that again. I also have part of a wonderful cast at the Auditorium Theater in September. We're doing another Cole Porter night. I don't know if we'll run out of songs or not. He wrote a couple. This is one of my favorites. How I talk and look for music at the same time? It's because I'm so disorganized that I've had to learn how to multitask like that. Cheers, folks. And it's a good Manhattan. That was my first concern when I started here 2 years ago. I asked you, how are the Manhattans here? We found out. The farce was ended, the curtain drawn, and I at least pretended that love was dead and gone. But from out of nowhere, you came to me as before, to take my heart and break my heart once more. Get out of town before it's too late, my love. Get out of town, be good to me, please. Why wish me harm? Why not retire to a farm and be contented to charm the birds off the trees? Just disappear. I care for you much, too much. When you are near or close to me, dear, we touch too much. The thrill when we meet is so bittersweet that, darling, it's getting me down. So on your mark, get set, get out of town. Get out of town before it's too late, my love. of town. Be good to me, please. Why wish me harm? Why not retire to a farm and be contented to charm the birds off the trees? Just disappear. I care for you much too much. And when you're there so close to me, dear, we touch too much. The thrill when we meet is so bittersweet that, darling, it's getting me down. So on your mark, get set, get out of town. contented to charm the birds off the trees. Just disappear. I care for you much too much. when you are near, so close to me, dear. We touch too much. The thrill when we meet is so bittersweet. The darling is getting me down. So on your mark, get set, get out of town. You just get out of town. Get out of town. You just get out of town. Get out of town. Just get out of town. Just get out of town. Thank you very much. Why not retire to a farm? How many times have you wanted to say that to a bad ex? Show of hands. If, with your kind permission, I have to say I am always, I'm never happier than when I'm in front of an audience with a microphone in my hand, with great musicians around me. And that's not a new thing. Every musician you ask would say the same exact thing. Even the cranky ones, I think, really do enjoy this. I did glance your way. But as Steve alluded to earlier, we couldn't do it without all of you that still find it important enough to drag yourselves out of your homes and sit in a room like this and be a part of what we do. We would do it regardless because we have to stay living and smiling, but it's a lot more fun when you're here, so thank you. With your permission, I would like to do something, surprise Mike with something very quiet. And you could probably guess which one. We've done it before. It's at least one we've done before. But last year, well, it happened in December, so technically we're still celebrating Sinatra's 100th birthday. And it is so cliche to say that you're a fan of Frank Sinatra. Everyone's a fan of Frank Sinatra, except a few weird people throughout the world. But no judgment. It always surprises me that in different times of my life, just when I think I've heard it all, and I always enjoy it, but it's almost, well, I've heard this one 1,000 times. There's always more to hear. He's just one of those artists, and I've been delving back into that songbook quite heavily lately. And this one is probably one of the most obscure songs that Sinatra ever recorded, and it's a new favorite of mine, and I think Mike is the only other person in the world that knows it. So this is It's Sunday. Drowsy morning, sunlight, gentle kisses for my love. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. She needn't waken. I'll fix the eggs and bacon her way, while she just dozes. Lately I've taken to bringing her a flower on her tray. She's fond of roses. We'll talk away the morning, read the papers, misbehave, enjoy each other. The world world is ours to play. We'll take a walk or stay. Long and lazy hours to have and hide away in for one day. Thank goodness it's Sunday. It's Sunday. It's Sunday. Lately I've taken to bringing her a flower on her tray. She's fond of roses. We'll talk away the morning, read the papers, misbehave, enjoying each other. The world is ours to play in. We will take a walk or stay in. Long and lazy hours to have and hide away in for one day. Thank goodness it's Sunday. Thank you. That's a very late tune by the great Julie Stein. So I think it's kind of sad and odd that the fact that Steve found this room 2 years ago, and as a great performer himself, he thought, well, this would be a nice spot to do something weekly. I can perform again and get out there, and you know, we'll have special guests every once in a while. The special guest part of that took over. Steve has been inundated for the last 2 years, and rightly so, because it's a wonderful room to work. And there's so many great facets of this night that come together because of Steve and his cronies. The sound, everything you see here, Steve makes happen. And that's just, that's a great, wonderful, giving thing for a fellow artist to create for us. So many of us go through day to day, month to month, year to year, complaining that the right venues don't exist, and Steve created one. So here we are, 2 years later, and 100 shows. How's that pitch? Can I get booked again now? But Steve, do you have your... I do. Do you have it? Yeah? You want to do something? Sure. That little impromptu. Steve's going to come up and do something with us. He brought his mouth axe. How about Lucky So-and-so?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Little Ellington?
Sure. You're in E flat, right?
E-flat. Who's manning the computer? You have an autopilot?
Yeah.
And his wife, Bea, is a beautiful dancer, and she's going to come up and do some interpretive dance for us.
Be really careful what you say, Paul.
It's early in the night.
Paul's watch just take a dive?
Look out.
Did your watch just take a dive?
I've got a story to tell about her later.
Yeah, right on. That was. I just wanted to announce that for the live stream. Yeah.
All right, good.
When I walk down the street, seems everyone I meet gives me a friendly hello. I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. The birds in every tree are also neighborly. They sing wherever I go. I guess that I'm just a lucky so-and-so. If you should ask me the amount in my bank account, I'd have to confess that I'm slipping. That don't bother me. Confidentially, I've got a dream. It's a pippin'. And when the day is through, each night I hurry to a home where love waits. I know. I guess that I'm just a lucky so-and-so. When I walk down the street, seems everyone I meet gives me a friendly hello. I guess I'm just a lucky so-and-so. Every tree are also neighborly. They sing wherever I go. I guess that I'm just a lucky so-and-so. Now if you should ask me the amount in my bank account, to confess that I'm slipping. That don't bother me, 'cause confidentially I've got a dream. It's a pippin'. And when the day is through, each night I hurry to a home where love waits. I know. I guess that I'm just a lucky so-and-so. And so asked me the amount in my bank account, well, I'd have to confess that I'm slipping. That don't bother me. Confidentially, I've got a dream. It's a pippin', and when the day is through, each night I hurry to a home where love waits. I know, I guess that I'm just a lucky so and so, and so, and so, and so. Well, I guess that I'm just a lucky so and so. For Steve Rashid. All that talent, and he lets us take his spots here at the Whiskey Lounge. When are you back? Have you squeezed yourself in at all?
It's going to be, wait, what year is this? 2016? No, probably July. Oh, I do have a little surprise thing I will tell you about later this month. Yes. It's going to be at my house, though, so.
Excellent.
No.
Did we get a request? I have my hands on it as you said that. We're going to jump back to a Billy tune. And this one is really early on, 1935. And we have a request for it. The only person who ever requests this is Gina Keir. So this is for you, Gina. Stimulate me, can't help but swing me now. Swing it, brother, swing. But don't stop to diddle daddle. Stop this foolish prattle. Come on and knock me out. Swing it, brother, swing. Well, I'm raring to go, and there ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Listen, Joe, hurry up and send me, let me go to town. Stop this foolish prattle and this diddle daddle. Come on and knock me out. Swing it, brother, swing. Deep rhythm captivate me. Hot rhythm stimulate me. Can't help but swing me now. Swing it, brother, swing. Don't stop to diddle daddle and this foolish prattle. Come on and knock me out. Swing it, brother, swing. Well, I'm raring to go, and there ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Listen, Joe, hurry up and send me, let me go to town. Stop this foolish prattle and this diddle daddle. Come on and knock me out. Swing it, brother, swing. swing me now. Swing it, brother, swing. But don't you stop to diddle-daddle, and you stop this foolish prattle. Come on and knock me out. Swing it, brother, swing. Well, I'm raring to go, and there ain't nobody gonna hold me down. Listen, Joe, hurry up and send me, let me go to town. Stop this foolish prattle and this diddle-daddle. Come on and knock me out. Swing it, brother, swing. Swing it, brother, swing. Swing it, brother, swing. Thank you very much. That's early Billie Holiday. So we're not doing the sad Billie tonight. I need to grab this stand from you. We're going to jump to a song that couldn't be further from that last one in style. And we've only attempted it once before. Why not? 160 countries.
Half of them don't speak English. So
That's right. By the wonderful Yvonne Lins. Make believe we've landed on a desert island. Bathe me in the waters, warm me in the moonlight. Taste me with your kisses. Find those secret places. Touch me till I tremble. Free my wings for flying, and catch me when I'm falling. Keep your arms around me. Lose yourself beside me. Show me that you love me on our little island. Not a soul can see us. Show me how to love you. Teach me how to please you. Lay your dreams beside me. Only stars will listen to our cries and whispers. You were made to love me, and I was made to love you. Keep your arms around me. Lose yourself beside me. Make it last forever. Show me that you love me on our little island. Not a soul can see us. Show me how to love you. Teach me how to please you. Lay your dreams beside me. Only stars can hear us. To our cries and whispers, you were made to love me, and I was made to love you. Keep your arms around me. Lose yourself beside me. Make it last forever. I can see the island shining in the distance. Now we're getting closer. Keep your arms around me. Love, we're almost there. Ba-da-da-do-dee-da. Ba-da-dee-dee-da. Ba-da-da-do-dee-dee. Thank you. Yvonne Limbs. It's a wonderful arrangement by Mike Allemana. Love to drink over here somewhere. Trust you. I trust you too. Beautiful love, you're all a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented until you came along. Thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise. reaching for love, my dream to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, you're all a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented until you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, reaching for love, my dream to realize, reaching for heaven until you came along. Beautiful love, I screwed up. Beautiful love, you're all a mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented until you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, reaching for love, my dream to realize, reaching for heaven until you came along. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? mystery. Beautiful love, what have you done to me? I was contented until you came along, thrilling my soul with your song. Beautiful love, I've roamed your paradise, reaching for love, my dream to realize, reaching for heaven, depending on you. Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, will my dreams come true? Beautiful love, will my dreams come true?
That's Paul Marinaro right there.
Thank you so much.
This is Chris Sargent, Joe Policastro, Mike Allemana. Wow, what a fun swinging night, isn't it?
I gotta say something.
Go ahead.
This bastard.
Yeah, go ahead.
Last night, we were. Yeah, he gave me a great compliment. He's like, you know, it's always surprising me about you. You never fold on lyrics. Until tonight. I did a dear friend of ours that we all miss, Frank Derone. I used to watch Frank, and a lot of people don't know about his secret trick, but I did. Whenever he was blanking on lyrics, he would look out at Joan in the audience, and
Oh,
she was
really?
always, his wife Joan is here tonight, Joan Derone.
Oh.
Did you notice me looking at you, Joan, for that last chorus?
Quick, help.
She gave me no help until the end when I finally got it right, and she went,
Joan, did you used to mouth the words?
No, sometimes I just say them.
You just say them. Okay. Yeah, good. Yeah, that's fantastic. Wow. Well, you know, this is so transporting. I mean, it is one of the reasons I love Paul's music so much is that although it sort of straddles this world, these two worlds between, it's so immediate and so right now, and yet it is so transporting back to another time somehow. And that wasn't. I wanted to form that into a question, but I'm not quite sure how to put that into a question. But you seem to have such respect for all the eras, the jazz eras that have come prior to you, and yet you are advancing the art. And do you think about that ever, or is this are you just being you?
I certainly don't think about advancing the art. I don't worry about stuff like that. I just do what I do, what draws me to it. I don't see any reason why this material shouldn't be immediate and shouldn't be in the here and now. That's never crossed my mind, and I don't think it would have crossed any of the musicians that I work with their minds. Just like a great meal is always going to be a great meal, great artwork is always great art, great songs are great songs. Unfortunately, we're among generations that have been robbed for that a little bit more and more each generation. That I think it's more of a modern idea that a great song is something that was written a week ago and then it's not great anymore, or it's not. Those are hits. I don't really concern myself with that.
Right.
Yeah, no reason why this shouldn't be fresh, and especially if you're using great songwriters and great lyricists, there's no reason why it needs to be dated.
I totally agree. I'm going to apologize right up front. I'm a little more than a little bit jet lagged. We traveled this last week. This is going to sound like I lived this really glamorous life, and it's truly not. But I woke up yesterday in Budapest, and it's now starting to hit me. So I said earlier to Scott Steinman back there that I'm going to start talking, and then somebody's just going to have to cut me off because I'm just going to.
So you won't be having Manhattans tonight?
Well, I do have to tell the Manhattan Mystique story, and I brought up the trip for a reason, not to tell you all that I was in Budapest. But the Manhattan story is a true one. I do enjoy a drink, but I've not been a Manhattan drinker, or had not been. And the first time Paul was here, it's called the Whiskey Lounge. And Paul walks in, and he's like the coolest guy in the world, and this incredible voice, and everybody wants to be just like Paul. And so Paul says, "Hey, how are the Manhattans here?" And without even thinking, I said, "Oh, they're great. I've never had a Manhattan here or ever in my life." So he orders one, and then he says, "You're absolutely right. These are great." So I went, "I gotta have a Manhattan. I want to be like this guy." So I had a Manhattan, I think, or several, and then they were great. Yeah, we were both right, as it turns out. They were great, and as it turns out, and now I definitely am a Manhattan drinker. And the last time Alyssa Allgood was here, another fantastic singer, she was here, and sitting on a chair next to her was a drink that looked suspiciously like a Manhattan. And I said, "Did you happen to learn about Manhattans from Paul Marinaro?" And she said, "Oh yeah, absolutely."
She did. I would love to say that I gave her some musical advice somewhere along the
No,
line, because
it doesn't
she's a
sound
wonderful
like it.
singer, but I taught her about the Manhattan.
Yeah.
She took something.
So you have been, so much has happened to you since the last time you've been here. You've been, most recently, you've been at the Jazz Showcase and the Green Mill and just packed the place. You've been really, and prior, a couple of years ago, you weren't doing those. Were you doing those rooms, or that's relatively recent, right?
Yeah, it's in the last couple of years since I did my CD release, the first CD at the Jazz Showcase. Thank you. And both Joe and Wayne are just wonderful, and Joe actually always will give me a call and check in, and so you want to come back? I'm like, "No, Joe, I don't want to be at the Jazz Showcase." But it's really nice to get that personal call from Joe Siegel. But I thought about that recently. 5 years ago, I hadn't worked either of those clubs, and of course those are the two biggies in town that everyone wants to be at, because we don't often, even rooms like this, we don't often have listening rooms. We don't have rooms that just say, "Come in and do what you do."
Yes.
And hopefully an audience will appreciate that. The other option that we have to go through is quite difficult for musicians,
Mm-hmm.
and you get to a point where you have to ask yourself, "Is this what I want to do anymore?" Because you feel as if you're singing into a wall sometimes. So those are the iconic rooms that we all want to perform at, and for those audiences, to see if we have what it takes to work those rooms. They're much different.
Yeah.
And I'm extremely grateful because January I did the Green Mill for a weekend, Friday and Saturday, and it was just, I have to say, it was one of my most memorable performances ever. I have to put that one in the books. It was really quite remarkable for many, many reasons. And not 3.5 weeks later, Thursday through Sunday. So
right.
that's pretty, I'm really grateful for that. I'm really appreciative that those opportunities were there for me. And
that coming on the heels. Your father passed in December. Coming on and I know that you had to postpone some things because of all those events, and coming back and being able to perform and partly in celebration of your father and all that.
That's what it became. That's
Yeah.
what it became. It's not what I had expected. I didn't know what to expect because it was all very sudden, and my dad passed right before Christmas. And the mill I had to cancel my CD release for One Night in Chicago, the live album we did. I had to cancel that and several other things in a row. But the Green Mill was still booked in mid-January, and I thought, I talked to Dave Gemolo, and he was very understanding. He said, "If you're not ready to do it, spend some time with your family." And the showcase, when I had to cancel, there wasn't a question. They were just very understanding about it. But coming back to do the Green Mill was exactly what I needed to do, and it really was. It became a celebration.
Yeah.
Particularly my father. I don't own the story about sons and fathers. Everybody has that story. Joe's father passed a few years ago. He didn't make an album. I made that story personal, so that's why people know of my connection. But everybody has that, and just because another musician may not tell you why they play the ballads they play, why they play the style they play, it's all there. It's all. It's our lives are packed into this, in why we choose to be performers, particularly in this genre. So I'm really grateful. I have to say, if I haven't before, that all of you have allowed me to share that story with you, and so graciously allowed me to do so. It's meant a lot, and because my father was such an instrumental part of who I am as a person and why I love this music. And it actually ties into the first question you asked me. Because I stumbled upon my dad singing this stuff, it instantly made it present for me.
Yes.
So as a 5-year-old boy, I never thought, that's a great old song. I never put a date on any of this material. I just sought out these melodies, and I heard them daily. I heard Jerome Kern, I heard Cole Porter melodies, I heard Gershwin, without realizing I was. So that's a huge gift for technically a Generation Xer. I think I am. That's a great gift.
Yeah.
So the Green Mill was a celebration of that, through all the hardships of missing someone, but that really is what it became, and it's one of my favorite all-time performances.
And for anybody who may not know the story, Paul, as a young boy, discovered his dad was not a professional musician, but had dreams of being a singer, and had a lovely voice, and as a young man had made some recordings, and as a young boy, Paul discovered those recordings, and then carried them forward, and used them as part of his first CD, and so he really, and when he released a CD, it was, I'm sure, so validating for your father to hear his son now doing what, achieving some of the things that he had dreamt about.
Well, and even beyond that, it was just a validation.
Yeah.
It was a validation that said, you know what, you were onto something.
Yes, right.
It was worthwhile, and I think how many of us have dreams that we put aside and maybe never are recognized, never are validated by anyone. So that's really what that was about. And no matter what I do, I have a lot of projects in my head that I want to somehow fund and record. That will always be very special. That will be in its own little place.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm grateful that I pushed through with that.
Yeah. And these guys, how about it? What a great band. We have, when I designed this series for several reasons. One, pure economics, but the other is truthfully, I love the sound of small ensembles. And as a performer, I love performing in small ensembles. So we designed it as duets and trios, not quartets. And so we decided to go with a larger group this evening as a celebration of this, as the 100th show and all that. And how grateful we are that you all are here. But this is the largest group that you've been here with. Yeah. And by 25%. And both Mike and Joe have been here before, but Chris has not. And I know that he's been working on some arrangements for you. And
yes, that was leaked in the Tribune. But yeah, Chris has been coming up with some really, I can say, outstanding string arrangements for me.
Lovely.
So the next we need to find.
Now it's got to happen.
It's got to happen. It was in the Tribune, but we need to stumble across a big bag of money and fund it. But really remarkable. I didn't quite know. That's the easy part.
That's the easy part.
I knew Chris had done some things, and I heard a few things, but I didn't realize the level of that talent, that skill that was in there. So I'm excited about that. But yeah,
well, it's really wonderful sitting back here and taking a lesson from Chris as he's playing here. This is really fun for me. Oh, thank you. Thanks. I started this by telling this little story about Hungary, and I don't want to turn this into a thing about me, but I do have this I think, kind of amazing story that I have to. Is it okay if I indulge me on this?
It's your series.
But there is a relevance, and I will get to it. So stick with me for a little bit of the Shaggy Dog, and I'll come back to something that will you'll know when I get there. So we went to Hungary. My wife was born in Hungary, and her parents escaped when it was still under communist rule, but she has gone back somewhat regularly since she grew up here in the States. She was just an infant. But we still have close family and friends back in Hungary that are all, and that's really where her family now, except for her immediate family, everybody else that she knows and was related to from generations past have resided still in Hungary. And her mother's best friend just passed away. So we felt that it was really important for Bea to go to Hungary to represent her family at the funeral. And then when we realized that we actually had enough miles saved up that we could both go, it was like, oh, this will be really nice. We'll both go to this funeral we'll represent. So she was elderly and she had been suffering for some time, so this was not unexpected, but still a sad, lovely event for us to attend, to be able to reconnect with some of these people that we haven't seen in a long time, and particularly for her. But where I'm going with this is I need to tell you just a little bit about how the funeral went, funeral service. And Bea, I hope I'm not embarrassing you with this whole thing. Okay, because she knows where I'm going. Okay, so here's the funeral. It's outside. She was cremated, so this was the scattering of the ashes. You know where? You know. Okay, Bea's leaving the room. So is it okay or not? All right. Oh, now I have to. Okay, all right. Exactly. So the way it's set up is that there's a ring of stones set up like rocks set up vertically, almost like a miniature. I don't want to make this silly, but almost like a miniature Stonehenge. I mean, right, like a bunch of circles, maybe about 20 feet diameter across, and then inside there are some smaller stones, and so we assumed when we came up that that was where they're going to scatter the ashes. And at one end there was sort of this thing that looked a little like a cauldron, sort of, or like a pot of some sort. And at the beginning of the ceremony, these two fellows came out in these really cool-looking uniforms with the ashes in the urn, and they set that urn in this other pot-looking sort of thing, and then this priest came out, and he looked like Gandalf, and he had this long white hair down to his shoulders, and he was wearing all black robes with some white iconography on, and it was this wild, like complete, and he was wild-eyed, and he started saying these prayers in Hungarian. Now Bea is fluent, but I don't speak any Hungarian, or I can count to 10. That's about it. So it's all kind of mystical and weird and spiritual and cool, and so he's saying these prayers, and then he starts singing, and he's got sort of an odd voice, and the whole thing is sort of strange, and they've got this very solemn organ music that's being piped through. Anyway, he gets to the point where now it's clear this is the point where the ashes are going to get scattered, and all of a sudden, out of these rocks, these beautiful fountains start shooting up, and water starts flowing through this big pot and is actually washing the ashes down onto these rocks. It was this beautiful, beautiful moment. It was so lovely, and I cannot tell you how beautiful this was, and there were flowers all around. And then I started hearing, and now the time has come to face the final curtain. It's Frank Sinatra singing My Way. And I'm thinking, well, how traditional is this exactly? And
That damn song made it to Hungary, too,
how
didn't it?
about that? So I was just, it was the most surreal moment maybe of my life, because I was already on another planet, and then there's Frank Sinatra in the middle of this thing. And as we talked later to this woman's daughter, as it turned out that her daughter and this woman were having a drink one night and laughing, and this woman, many drinks, okay, and this woman said, at my funeral, I want someone to sing My Way. Because a song came on the radio or something while they were drinking. So her daughter was honoring her final wishes. All right, I knew
At least that's fairly appropriate
Thank you.
to have My Way at a funeral. Now the end is near.
Yeah,
and
right,
stuff.
now the end is near.
I can't tell you how many brides, when we do weddings and things like that, ask for that song.
My
I said,
Way?
have you ever listened to the lyrics?
Oh, my
Well, we
God.
don't care. It's such a beautiful song. I'm like, no, you can't. You can't do that.
Oh my God.
And then one couple asked for, wow, this was a long time ago, to all the girls I've loved before.
Oh, that's great. That's great.
It's got a real honest relationship, the two of them.
Let's keep it real. Okay. Well, yes, please.
First, a compliment. The fact that Chris and Paul just last night learned that song and you guys performed it so beautifully.
Yes.
I want to know if Titus helped on the keyboard.
Titus didn't help on the keyboard last night. He was.
Anyone that's seen social media has seen his dog.
My dog is much. When I do a post, if I put a picture of my dog, the next album has to have Titus on the cover. It'll get 300 likes, comments. You know, you have to scroll through all the comments about Titus. I could put a song of me singing up there, 3 people will look at it. Nobody cares about that. They want Titus. So the next album has to have, the string album, has to have Titus on the cover. But, yes, Titus playing the piano.
There you go. Any other quick questions here? I want to give these guys a break, but happy to honor any questions that you may have. No, that's it. All right, great. Thank you so much for sticking around. But there's another set, by the way, another full set of music. Please do stick around. And thank you so much for coming and helping us celebrate our 100th show. Started in just a few minutes. I will tell you real briefly, since I messed up with those little tabletop cards, just as a reminder, next week is the great Elaine Dame will be here, which should be a really fun night. And then the week after that, Tiffany Monique, and then the week after that is Petra Van Naus with a tribute to Blossom Dearie. So it's going to be a singing, swinging April. And then the little surprise that I was going to tell you about is we're having a rare Friday night at the Whiskey Lounge, which will be the last Friday in April. And that will be a young woman who has been here once before last summer, an Eva B. Ross, who is, she's really kind of this young phenom. She's really fantastic. And she was here in August, I think, and was just killing. Sorry? She's here. She will be here with Jim Cox and Don Sternberg and myself. That's why I was hedging a little bit when Paul asked me when I was going to be here next. So I will be playing with Eva and Jim Cox and Don Sternberg on whatever that turns out to be, April 29th, the last Friday in April. So that will be how we wrap up our Sing into Spring. But for now, I'm going to turn it back over. Thank you so much for sticking around. Because we usually are kind of wrapping things up by about now, but because our 100th show, we decided, you know what, let's just go along, have a fun night, make a night of it. But we are, exactly. There's another story. The police showed up at my wedding. They had to shut us down. That's how great a time we had. Remember that, dear? My brother said, "This is perfect." Did I mention I'm jet lagged? I'm going to do 20 minutes up here. Where are the musicians? Uh-oh. Where are these guys? Oh. So, once again, let's hear it for Paul Marinaro, Mike Allemana, Chris Sargent, and the invisible Joe Policastro. Yeah, where the heck is he? Oh, he's chatting. Take these table cards with you and sign up on the newsletter if you haven't, and you'll get a little surprise in your email box every week. Only one.
Well, thanks for sticking around. Those of you just joining us, welcome. If you're tuning in, thank you. Send us some requests, some ideas. Say hello. Let us know if you liked it. If you didn't, don't. Exactly.
That works too.
We've each had a Manhattan or two. The swing is going to be much looser. We're going to kick off this set with another early Billie Holiday and another one that's happy and defiant and taking charge of life. One that's not often done and has been a little bit forgotten about throughout the years. So here we go.
What are we doing? Oh, okay.
I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. Well, I'm wise to all those tricks you played on me. I'm gonna turn my back on love, snub the moon above, seal the windows up with tin so that love bug can't get in. I'm gonna park my romance right along the curb, hang a sign upon my heart, don't you dare disturb. 'Cause if I ever fall in love again, that's soon enough for me. I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. Well, I'm wise to all those tricks you played on me. I'm gonna turn my back on love, snub the moon above, seal the windows up with tin so that love bug can't get in. I'm gonna park my romance light along the curb, hang a sign upon my heart, don't you dare disturb. 'Cause if I ever fall in love again, that's soon enough for me. I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. Play it, guys. tricks you played on me. I'm gonna turn my back on love, snub the moon above, seal all the windows up with tin so that love bug can't get in. I'm gonna park my romance right along the curb, hang a sign upon my heart, don't you dare disturb. Cause if I ever fall in love again, that's soon enough for me. I'm gonna lock my heart, I'm gonna lock my heart, I'm gonna lock my heart and throw away the key. Thank you very much. That's early Billie Holiday. Well, we have a request for a song that is a current favorite of mine that I had not ever done. It's kind of in the back of my head, but Mike reminded me about it, several months back, and recently this one has gone on to YouTube from our Green Mill performance. Speaking of which, speaking of the Green Mill, we'll be back April 25th. It's a Monday night. We'll be back at the Green Mill, so you're all invited. People come and call, they say let's go and have a ball. They always try to get me out, cause I was once the guy about. Now I stay at home and I no longer care to roam. All my friends are calling me names, cause I don't play their silly games. But let them say just what they will, of empty life I've had my fill. I've no desire to be blasé, I've lost the urge to live that way. Let them have their cars, their fancy clothes and classy bars. I'm quite content to let those pleasures pass me by. I need only you and I. People come and call, they say let's go and have a ball. They always try to get me out, cause I was once the guy about. Now I stay at home, but I no longer care to roam. And all my friends are calling me names, cause I don't play their silly games. But let them say just what they will, of empty life I've had my fill. I've no desire to be blasé, I've lost the urge to live that way. Let them have their cars, their fancy clothes and classy bars. I'm quite content to let those pleasures pass me by. I need only you and I. I'm in court, they say, let's go and have a ball. They always try to get me out, 'cause I was once the guy about. Now I stay at home and I no longer care to roam. And all my friends are calling me names, 'cause I don't play their silly games. Let them say just what they will. Of empty life I've had my fill. I've no desire to be blasé. I've lost the urge to live that way. Let them have their cars, their fancy clothes and classy bars. I'm quite content to let those pleasures pass me by. I need only you and yes, I need only you and 'cause I need only you and only you and only you and only you and Thank you. That's the great. Thank you. That's a great Carlos Lira. See, this is the time of the night. We have Bea dancing in the doorway. Steve and Carl both have Manhattans. Where's mine? I was reminded, actually, I used to stick to pretty much Jack Daniels. I wasn't really a big drinker. Not a big drinker now.
That's not true. That's not true at all.
I didn't have a connoisseur's palate, I should say. So pretty much anything that came my way, usually like Jack Daniels or something. But it was Joe Policastro who turned me on to the Manhattan. It's all your fault, Joe. I was looking for a new cocktail at Katerina's.
Drinking Jack. He's like, I'm so sick of this. I want a new drink, you know? And I was like, order a Manhattan.
It's all your
how it all
fault.
started.
That's how it started.
Even though
Actually,
I think his first Manhattan was probably one of the worst Manhattans ever made, but it was still good enough.
a bad Manhattan is still better than most.
That's true.
Actually, Joe has been the person who's introduced me to quite a few things, including these two gentlemen on stage with me tonight. It was about, I don't know, maybe 8-9 years. Is it that long ago?
Probably.
You brought Chris in to one of our gigs. He left early. He didn't care for it, but at least he came. At least he showed up. He was just kind of like, I don't know. Probably. Just vibing the pianist. And Mike, it's not been that long with Mike. He's hard to get. He's a busy guy. But several years ago, I was always aware of Mike, but we hadn't really worked together. But the last year or so, we had a really nice opportunity to have some weeklies come our way. And there's, though the weeklies aren't always enjoyable, some of the places that we find ourselves, it is good when you look back because you realize that you developed a rapport with another musician, and you kind of you start reading each other's minds a little bit more than just being thrown on a bandstand together. So we picked up a lot of different materials, so I was really grateful for that. Including, we've never done this next song, but it was another request. You game? This is just a duo, Mike and I. This is a great song by Johnny Mandel and lyrics by David Frischberg. And this one is for anyone who's missing someone in their life that happened to have been there at some point in the past, whether it was a friendship, whether it was a romantic relationship, or a family member. It's
that part of it is insignificant. But it's quite a beautiful song, and it's a little out of the ordinary when you think of Frischberg's lyrics. This one is very tender and gentle. We'll be happy to try it for you. We've never done this one together, but let's see what happens. In the evening, when the kettle's on for tea, an old familiar feeling settles over me, and it's your face I see, and I believe that you are there. In a garden, as I stop to touch a rose and feel the petals soft and sweet against my nose, I smile, and I suppose that somehow maybe you are there. When I'm dreaming and I find myself awake without a warning, then I rub my eyes and fantasize, and all at once I realize it's morning. My fantasy is fading like a distant star at dawn. My dearest dream has gone. I often think there's just one thing to do: pretend the dream is true. Tell myself that you are there. I'm dreaming and I find myself awake without a warning. Well, then I rub my eyes and fantasize, and all at once I realize it's morning, and my fantasy is fading like a distant star at dawn. I
often think there's just one thing to do. Pretend the dream is true. And tell myself that you are there.
That's for you. Thank you, Johnny Mandel and Dave Frischberg. You Are There. Beautiful song. Come on up, guys. We're going to jump to one of the oddest musicals ever written. Well, I can't say that anymore. One of the oddest of the great period of American musicals. Because now it's all odd. If you heard one, you have heard them all today.
This one comes from Avenue Q.
Avenue Q might be the worst thing I have ever heard anywhere at any time. I forgot, 160 countries are watching. They weren't going to hire me anyway.
Including the creator of Avenue Q.
Finian's Rainbow. I'm sure he's extremely wealthy, whoever wrote that horrible, horrible musical. Oh, there it is.
We didn't drink.
Yeah.
E flat.
She doesn't know what it is.
Chris was stuck on Avenue Q.
Yeah, exactly.
Finian's
Play that
Rainbow.
show.
Have you played Avenue Q?
E flat. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's that old devil moon, it's in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hard to handle. Stars in the night blazing delight, they can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You've got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I wanna croon, I wanna laugh just like a loon. It's that old devil moon, it is in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with love. I look at you and suddenly something in your eyes I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's that old devil moon, it is in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hard to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light, they can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You've got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I wanna croon, I wanna laugh just like a loon. It's that old devil moon, it's in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove. Oh, a devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with love. I see soon begins bewitching me. It's that old devil moon that you stole from the sky. It's that old devil moon, it is in your eyes. You and your glance make this romance too hot to handle. Stars in the night blazing their light, they can't hold a candle to your razzle dazzle. You have got me flying high and wide on a magic carpet ride, full of butterflies inside. I wanna cry, I wanna croon, I wanna laugh just like a loon. It's that old devil moon, it is in your eyes. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon in your eyes blinds me with love. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, old devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me with love. Just when I think I'm free as a dove, oh, the devil moon deep in your eyes blinds me. It blinds me, blinds me with your love. It blinds me. It blinds me with your love, blinds me with your love. Just when I think I'm free blinds me with love. Thank you. That's a great song from Avenue Q. Chris, play something from Avenue Q. Just play Mary Had a Little Lamb. You'd be close.
Second favorite.
Do we have, I know we got a few requests on break, and I hope I didn't forget them. Did somebody have something they were dying to hear? You won't let us leave the room without hearing?
Lois wants something.
Oh, that's right. Ellington, of course. For Lois and Earl out in the desert. Concerto for Cootie. You know which one that is?
Do nothing to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
It's originally written as an instrumental.
E flat.
I'm glad you remembered.
Do nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seam of anyone's dream is over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the words of others you've heard, I haven't a chance. True, I've been seen someone new, but does that mean that I'm untrue? When we're apart, the words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memories, and other arms might hold a thrill. But please do nothing till you heard it from me, and you never will. Do nothing till you hear from me. Pay no attention to what's said. Why people tear the seam of anyone's dream, it is over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the words of others you've heard, I haven't got a chance. True, I've been seen with somebody new, but does that mean that I am untrue? When we're apart, the words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memories, and other arms might hold a thrill. Please do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will, never will. attention to what's said, why people tear the seam of anyone's dream is over my head. Do nothing till you hear from me. At least consider our romance. If you should take the words of others you've heard, well, I haven't got a chance. True, I have been seen with somebody new, but does that mean that I'm untrue? When we're apart, the words in my heart reveal how I feel about you. Some kiss may cloud my memories, and other arms might hold a thrill. Please do nothing till you hear it from me. And you never will, and you never will. Do nothing till you hear it from me, and you never will. That's for Lois out in the desert. Thank you, the great Duke Ellington. Why not? We'll do one of the hardest, Strayhorn. Hope I remember the words. We're going to jump from Ellington to Billy Strayhorn, who also would have celebrated his 100th birthday. 2015. Well, I should say 1915 was a good year. Going to the bar, Joe? Manhattan? See what happens, Chris. A flower is a lovesome thing, a luscious, living, lovesome thing. A daffodil, a rose, no matter where it grows. A flower is a love something. A flower is the heart of spring. That makes the rolling hillside sing. A gentle breeze that blow gently, for they know a flower is a love something. Swaying in the breeze, playing in the trees, in the silent night or in a morning light, such a miracle. Azaleas floating through daydreams, gardenias floating on a stream. Wherever you may go, no matter where they grow, a flower is a lovesome thing. Swaying in the breeze, playing with the trees, in the silent night or in a morning light, such a miracle. Azaleas floating on a stream, gardenias floating through daydreams. Wherever they may grow, no matter where you go, a flower is a love something.
Thank you. That's the great Billy Strayhorn. Mr. Chris Sargent. Joe, if you were to have a choice of what the next song would be,
I feel like I was like accosted. Whatever I say, you won't take it anyway. So. What would you, hey Paul? What would you like not to play, and then I'll request that.
come on, you got to have one that you've been dying to play all night.
We already played it.
That's it. It's an easy out. Nah.
Okay, sure.
Well, we do have another request since you have got nothing for us. We have another Ellington tune. And this goes out to Rochester. Close to my hometown. Rochester. Ain't got the change of a nickel. Ain't got no bounce to my shoes. Ain't Ain't got no fancy to tickle. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got no coffee that's perking. Ain't got no innings to lose. Ain't got a dream that is working. I ain't got nothing but the blues. When troubles creep up, I put my feet up, and I never let them down. It may be sappy, I can't get happy, since my ever-loving baby left town. Ain't got no rest in my slumbers. Ain't got no innings to lose. Ain't got no telephone numbers. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Change of a nickel, that's Mike Allemana. Ain't got no bounce, 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 bounce in my shoes. Ain't got no fancy to tickle. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got no coffee that's perking. Ain't got no innings to lose. Ain't got a dream that is working. I ain't got nothing but the blues. When troubles creep up, I put my feet up, and I never let them down. It may be sappy, but I can't get happy, since my ever-loving baby left town. Ain't got no rest in my summers. Ain't got no innings to lose. Ain't got no telephone numbers. I ain't got nothing but the blues. Ain't got nothing but the blues. No, I ain't got
Thanks for singing along. We have time for just a little bit more. I think we're going to do a ballad, if you can handle that after all that yelling at you. This is one that we've not attempted before. What could go wrong? A beautiful song by Henry Mancini. I'm in Dreamsville, holding you, a dreamy view, just we two alone with love. In Dreamsville, time is new. We're here to love, and we do. We can see the rest of the world below us on our pink cloud. There's no boundary to this magic land as we go exploring hand in hand in love. In Dreamsville, far away, and here we love. Here we stay. We can see the rest of the world below us on our pink cloud. There's no boundary to this magic land as we go exploring hand in hand with with love in Dreamsville, far away. And here we love, here we stay.
Thank you. That's Dreamsville, Henry Mancini. Well, we're going to close out the night with a great Billie Holiday tune, since it would be her 101st birthday. And again, keeping with the theme of Billie tonight, we're going to do a happy Billie Holiday song. We'll leave the sad stuff for next time, which is really ironic for me because I usually go for all the sad stuff. But this is another early one, probably about 1941-ish. And I think you'll know this one. Once again, thank you so much, folks, for coming out and spending the 100th show at the Whiskey Lounge with us. Thanks to Steve Rashid for doing all this and making this a reality. Before we do say goodnight and finish with the last song and send you on your way, please help me reward Mr. Chris Sargent on piano. His first time here at the Whiskey Lounge. This is Joe Policastro on bass. I'm sure you'll see Joe here again very soon with several different musicians, including his own group. This is Mike Allemana on guitar. And once again, thank you. Thanks for coming out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Well, I fell in love with you the first time I looked into them there eyes. You've got a certain little cute way of flirting with them there eyes. They make me feel happy, they make me blue. But no stalling, I'm falling in a great big way for you. And my heart is jumping, you started something with them there eyes. You better look out if you're wise. Well, they sparkle, bubble, they're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. There's danger lurking and you're overworking them there eyes. I fell in love with you the first time I looked into them there eyes. You've got a certain little cute way of flirting with them there eyes. They make me feel happy, they make me blue. No stalling, falling in a great big way for you. You've got my heart a jumping, you started something with them there eyes. Look out, look out, look out if you're wise. They sparkle, bubble, they're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. There's danger lurking and you're overworking them there eyes. Sargent. you and I looked into them their eyes. Certain cute way of flirting, them their eyes make me feel happy. They make me blue. No stalling, falling in a great big way for you. I've got my heart a jumping. You started something with them their eyes. Look out, look out, look out, look out if you're wise. They sparkle a bubble. They're gonna get you in a whole lot of trouble. There's danger lurking and you're overworking with them their eyes. There's danger lurking and you're overworking with them their eyes. There's danger lurking and you're overworking with them their eyes. With your big brown cute with them their eyes. Thank you so much.
That's Paul Marinaro right there. Chris Sargent, Joe Policastro, Mike Allemana.
How about it for Steve Rashid?
Thank you, thank you. Thank you for sticking around to the very, very end. Thanks to these fine gentlemen for a fantastic performance. It was a great way to celebrate. I can't think of a better way to celebrate our 100th show. Thanks for such a great show, and thanks to all of you for sticking around, for supporting live music, particularly for supporting this series. Remember, next week is Elaine Dame, and we're singing all the way through spring, through April, that is, and come back and see us again. Thanks, gentlemen, and thanks to all of you.